The structures which you see here. Again, it's very simple. Use your common sense. I hope it will not fall. Okay. It is now in focus. Okay. I will give you a little bit guidance. Okay. The guidance about this model is this bone is the mandible, ramus of mandible, but we have cut the ramus here for a very good, otherwise ramus would go like this, form a temporal mandibular joint, and it will come like this. So mandible was here, and this part of the mandible is removed. Okay. Also this part of the mandible is dissected to expose how the nerves supply the lower teeth. Okay, this is one thing. Another thing, what is this bone here? Mastoid process. Now you should not be confused. Of course, it's not a part of occipital bone, it's part of temporal bone. Somebody said occipital bone, it's temporal. So this is mastoid, and again there is a section passing through the mastoid process to show you the spongy bone and mastoid is also. So in short, this is mandible anteriorly, this is mastoid posteriorly. We will have muscles on the mastoid. Similarly, we will have muscles on the mandible, which is here. Which muscle was here? Externally, the masseter, which is removed. Okay. And internally, can you see number 40? There is a muscle here. Number 40 is a muscle. This is present on the internal aspect of mandible. This is your medial pterygoid muscle. So now you are very familiar about this model. That this is the anterior part of the model, this is the posterior part of the model, and whatever you are seeing is known as, in the lecture, what is the title of lecture? Parotid bed. So you are now looking at the deep relations of the parotid gland. Okay. Now, if I ask you what are the deep relations, can you go from anterior to posterior? Yes. So what will be number 1? Very good. Next. Next.
Pterygoid.
Medial pterygoid. Very good. And next?
Carotid sheath.
Carotid sheath will contain what?
The jugular vein.
So you can see this blue structure, the jugular vein. Okay.
The internal and external
Somebody
carotid.
said common carotid. So yes, this is common carotid, which divides into
Two.
which divides into
Internal and external.
Into the no, this is your external carotid. Common divides here into external carotid, which is this, and internal goes in the brain. So this is your external carotid. Okay. Of course, carotid sheath is a very long up to here. So here it will also include the common carotid. So here you have got the external carotid, and deeply, of course, common carotid will also go to the skull. So it will also be in the carotid sheath. So you are correct. External carotid, internal carotid, but not the common. Okay. So make a correction in your PowerPoint slide. So external carotid, internal carotid, and then what else?
The jugular vein.
You saw the jugular vein, and then
Vagus nerve.
vagus nerve. Can you see this white thing? So vagus nerve, jugular vein, internal carotid. Okay. External carotid will sit in the substance of the parotid gland. This will be located inside the parotid gland. But here you see carotid sheath with vagus nerve, internal jugular vein, and the internal carotid artery. Correct? So now the things are very clear. Plus you also see a nerve. This is your mandibular nerve, and this mandibular nerve gives a branch. This will supply the parotid gland. So what is this? This branch is coming from auricular and temporal region. So what is the name of this nerve? Temporal nerve. So this was the auriculotemporal nerve, which is also included in the list of structures forming the parotid bed. Okay, and if you go posteriorly, you see stylo posterior belly of the digastric, which is this one. Okay, and sternocleidomastoid. Class. Correct?
Yes.
Then the question is, what is this structure? Very good. You are now very clever. So this nerve, which I am holding, this nerve is the facial nerve. So it will be located in the substance of the parotid gland, where it will divide into branches. Which will be the lowest branch? They will be cervical, which is this one. Then these branches will go on the mandible. This is marginal mandibular branch. This branch will go to supply the buccinator. So this is your buccal branch, while others are cut and thrown away with the mandible. So is it now very clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now you are familiar with the orientation of the model and deep relations. I will ask you, this is external carotid. It divides into two branches. One is going upwards, this one, other is going here. So what is the name of this branch? What is the name of this branch? This happens in the substance of the parotid gland. Can you name these branches?
Common carotid.
This is external carotid, which divides in the parotid gland into two branches. Yeah, superficial temporal artery, it will go upwards, and this is your maxillary artery. Okay, so superficial temporal artery and maxillary artery are branches of the external carotid, and you can see in the parotid gland itself. So this model is very difficult to understand because it has structures which are sitting in the gland itself, and other thing is it shows the structures which are in the parotid bed. So two different things. The structures which sit in the gland are facial nerve, the external carotid and its branches, the superficial temporal and maxillary, while structures which form parotid bed are the carotid sheath structures, vagus nerve, jugular vein and internal carotid artery, plus the medial pterygoid, mandible, masseter anteriorly, and posteriorly the mastoid process, sternocleidomastoid, posterior belly of digastric process. So you now understood it completely?
Yes.
Okay, if you have done it, now you can proceed to see those things. Lot of models over here. I only described these because these were important. Now you will see we have this model, very informative, where you can locate the muscles. We have only one such model, so all of you should see. We have one such model here, where you can see the muscles of the face. Okay, the mouth is so big that you can go inside mouth, go there and look for the opening of the parotid duct. Okay, so this is again a single. This is single. Okay, and this is also single. Okay. So all of you are supposed to see this, while the other models are double or triple. Okay, now Bismillah, you can do your work, and at the end when you identify everything.